again.
Well, I know because I hate that thing incessantly. Recording in progress. At least they have a good customer service voice when they do it. So have Gordon Ramsay do it, and him yelling at us. But anyway, a lot has happened.
A lot will be happening.
Yeah, but it was a hell of a week. Nah, 2 weeks at this point. I mean, but it was good. Lots of good stuff in there.
Yeah.
And there was some stuff that I was like, really, what the hell's the point?
Yeah.
But
I mean, you still got the continuity and consistency of Raw being crappy and SmackDown actually, holding it together for what there is left over. And then you just have AEW, which they're just consistent and their continuity is, gets better and better. And the the signings and everything, they're playing. So far they're playing their cards right on who they're pairing with who, as long as it doesn't get repetitious, which really they haven't been repetitious as far as what I've seen since AEW started a few years back. So
Kenny Omega's stupid face. His stupid face is always there, but otherwise,
yeah,
they've been doing
the promotional poster for Grand Slam kind of bothers me.
Why? Because it's 4 guys that literally in the last 10 minutes have jumped ship and come over to AEW. Now they're the only ones on the poster. Why would you be bothered? What's there to be bothered about? I mean,
no, I meant Omega's face on that poster. It just he looks like a constipated Muppet.
Say, I was looking at all the other ones. I haven't looked at posters. I just saw the quick advertisement they always showed on the show, and there's like Ruby and Daniel and Punk. Like, is there like anyone up? Like, I know you just got them, but yeah, Kenny Omega looks like constipated Triple H when he was in that weird phase with worse hair. Way worse hair now. It's dyed, whatever the hell color that is. He just
Well, he's over the years. He's always like used the temp dye stuff. Like he's never really.
Just go away. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired.
I was used to the curly, frizzy, blonde, Muppet-looking hair. This is just a whole new other types of levels.
It's pretty gross, but I mean, if that's the worst thing they have that keeps going is Kenny Omega's hair, then I think they'd accept it as they're actually doing pretty good. That's I mean, again, we'll get into it, but first off, I want to give a big shout out to whoever did that whole Big E playing it off, with the Money in the Bank, on Friday and then running around on Monday and cash in. Whoever actually let that happen.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And Heyman played it off great.
Every segment they had with that since he won the case was always good.
Yeah, so they did, but really, why I'm probably so happy about it, not because he wasn't champion sooner or later. They're idiots anyway. But I just know what. Please don't screw it up. Please don't screw it up. Please don't screw it up. I'm cashing in on Monday. Please God.
But, that's what kind of concerned me when they just let him go all out, and no pun intended, with the tweet. And I'm just like, oh, are they just doing it to hit the ratings? How are they going to, not necessarily how they're going to screw it up, or how are they going to?
I did.
Yeah, like some kind of dumb finish. I was like, first thing in my mind, like dumb finish. And either way, if Eden successfully cash in, you're pissing somebody off.
Pissing a lot of people off.
I had heard rumblings that Lashley maybe MMA again. I saw 1 or 2 articles, nothing like continuously on feeds that I'm subscribed to, but that was about a week and a half ago. Said something about a possibility of doing one more MMA fight, like not going back like permanently to MMA, but I don't know. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I think Bobby's run is ran its course. You know, I mean, you don't really have, you know, I think Lashley will put Biggie over when they have their match, and that's it.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, he had a good
you
run.
know, yeah,
I mean, I give him credit. I mean, he was having better matches than he had
yeah.
ever before. Like, I mean, he was
I
actually
mean, me personally, if Brock doesn't win in Saudi Arabia, I still wouldn't mind seeing Lashley and Lesnar Survivor Series. And we've been talking about it. It's so close now. The sun and stars and moon is almost aligned. Like, let them fight in a cage. You really want to put and have some really good ratings. You want to have eyes on your product. Do it.
it makes sense too.
I mean, and they're, you know, I don't know how that works contractually as far as it sports entertainment and actually letting them
beat the shit out of each other.
hammer fist each other.
Hey, hammer fist from hell.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, he said it, not me. Poor Frank Mir's face. But yeah, I didn't see anything about that. But again, I thought he had a good run. I mean, again, his matches were better. I mean, he was over there actually taking lots of bumps.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, so he was doing his job as the big beefy bastard. As you cheer when he's getting the hell beat out of him, he'll take the bumps. But then he got up and, well, he did his thing. I'm sure there wasn't, easiest thing on his body, but he just talked better. Like, he was so inconsistent with that. That's what killed it for me, regardless of everything else.
Yeah.
And that was just
the only thing entertaining that came out of Bobby Lashley's mouth was, "I'm going to shove that briefcase so far up your ass, you'll be tasting the print."
you taste the fine print. Like,
taste the fine print. Yeah,
like,
that was probably about the best thing that ever came out of his mouth. He kind of stuttered on it. He kind of stumbled on it, but
still,
that was probably about the only thing that was actually entertaining coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, I mean, but it was a perfect. He had, MVP. I mean, you're going to have a mouthpiece. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. MVP now. Read an article a few days ago. He's getting another surgery to finally take care of it for good, whatever he's got going on. So probably another reason why they probably took the title off of E to give him some, gives him some time.
It'll let his body heal up. It'll let MVP, do his thing properly, take his time, a couple months. I mean, he can come back and run through people. I don't think people would even, he'd get the great boo out of the building that everyone wants.
Yeah.
He can come back and be a monster. But again, for a first run, for what they gave him, because there's a long time, and they just kept giving him the same thing over and over and over. It's kind of like Strowman after he beat Goldberg at WrestleMania, which just doesn't even sound like a real thing. But they just kept giving him the same shit. And again, his match with Randy and like all that, like it was a good run. It was a good run. I mean, having Big E actually cash in and finally get it, like I thought he was deserving. I saw a lot of people conflicting back and forth with their feelings on it, which surprised me. Really, I mean, I thought there'd be, but I mean, there's always going to be New Day haters out there, though.
It makes a whole lot of sense because, read something last night in the middle of the night because I get all these notifications and stuff, but obviously USA is not happy with the balanced rosters as far as having big names on both shows. They the sponsors and USA and Fox don't want one show to be the B show and one be the A show. They want it balanced, and I know that's gonna and hopefully, and I know that's hard right now with not many people, besides injuries and losing people, and hopefully the draft sets it somewhat straight
the A show and the B show.
Yeah, like they're I know USA is like trying to pull Brock over to Raw. I heard something like that.
What you're saying is USA is just mad because they saw, like,
basically,
because I mean, we don't want there to be an A show and a B show. Like, don't be mad because you have the B show and like the Z show. Because well, why? Because everyone turned on USA last Tuesday. Went, are you kidding me? And turned it off immediately.
Yeah,
their last hour probably was like I'd like to see the breakdown of the difference between 8 o'clock and then 9 o'clock. when everyone watches that. Just and then I want to see the last 20 minutes of the show. Like, hey, what the last 20 minutes? Well, you guys were gold, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. But I mean, they're mad because they just have the two really bad shows. Like they have separate writers and all that. I mean, like that's. I mean, money getting put in by Fox. I mean,
oh yeah,
the amount of money they gave them, you know, and more freedom. I imagine. I mean, if they're letting Roman go out there script free for this long, talking about missionary and all that. I mean,
yeah.
I think they're just. I think they seem to have more freedom on Fox.
I don't know. Like I know this is really grabbing for straws, but keep both the Universal title and the WWE title, and just let everyone be on the same on both shows. At this point, the roster is so thin. I think they could do it. I honestly think they could pull it off and make everyone happy. But again, you have the draft coming up. They're probably never going to do it ever again. But like your roster is so thin between both shows. It would probably be smart if you want to make everybody happy.
If you make everybody happy, then Fox will suddenly. I'm sure Fox won't be nearly as happy if they're not just dominating.
And that's
everything.
Another thing. I was just saying that's another thing. You know, USA would be happy, but then Fox go, well, you're kind of, you're
cutting
not like breaching what we,
you're
signed,
cutting into our billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like billions.
Yeah.
And there's a reason they set it up so they could have their own. They wanted to have their own rosters, their own. I mean,
yeah,
just more efforts obviously been getting. I mean, and it can't blame it on like writing and like all that. I mean, it has to be something to do with Fox just having the superior show for this long.
Yeah.
And the other one just still going down the rabbit hole. I don't know, down the elevator shaft, whatever the hell you want it to be going down. I don't know. But I mean, they could fix it. They just have to like prove that they give a damn. And well,
yeah.
I'm sorry, like because Vince Youngster led the final say and all that on Raw and all that, the main roster.
Yeah.
We all, and then
or do we put Raw back to 2 hours?
Like it doesn't. I mean, would it make? Yes, it could. But that sentence made a lot of sense. They just need to utilize what they have. Like so much of it is waste.
Yeah.
Like literally, like why the hell? Like that seems to be their new favorite thing. They just put a million contenders matches.
Yeah.
Every
me personally, I think Raw going back to 2 hours, I think would help solve the continuity problem because then you can really start to mix things up.
Well, yeah, but if you can't mix things up and you have this much time to actually physically do it, I mean, maybe it's just again the whole Vince and Bruce thing.
I think it forces more wrestling than
it's the
filler shit.
It's the Vince and Bruce thing, and well,
yeah,
their way of fixing it is 2.0. I know. Said yesterday, last night, late last 12 hours ago. I was letting it out of my system, but guess what? That sucks. That was their answer to fix that. But leave it at 3 hours. Why? Jesus, for the love of God, I can no, and no. Just let people wrestle. The 3 hour Super Show. I mean, that made sense back then, but
yeah,
I mean, if they could take advantage of that 3 hours and just like let Priest is putting on good matches with everybody in these open challenges.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Hardy and Priest match was I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, like he's good. Like let him have don't just like
and Priest really fits the mold with Jeff. Like you wouldn't know that like it's like if you weren't a wrestling fan, you could almost say they came from the same era because they just mesh well together.
So they do good. And
Priest is one of them guys that, okay, I know what the crowd wants. Like he's one of those ahead of his time kind of wrestlers.
He's been around for he learned a lot of tricks along the the way, because we all know, I mean, most people probably don't know his story, but all the times that he got, rejected by the WWE before he finally got here, all like, but he's good. And his matches he puts on are good. Just like, I mean, let the Viking Raiders actually they could actually fill up. They just waste so much of it. Granted, now with the fact that Vince has let go half of the Raw roster, I mean, 2 hours wouldn't even be for continuity. That's just to save the rest, because now they don't have anything, because he got rid of everything. And he got rid of everything on SmackDown.
But you could also still spread things out over a longer period of time and build a more better story. Like the whole tag team turmoil match that got stopped because of freaking T-Bar and Mace, like that, and then it just whatever. Now we know what to do about it. Oh, okay, we're gonna take the last 3 or 4 teams and do the same thing. Whatever happened to bracket kind of number one contendership stuff, like King of the Ring, but you're doing it for the tag team titles. You take Raw and put it for 2 hours. Guess what? You've got 8 teams, and if you actually do it the bracket style, you've got something each week, or you could at least fill the 3 hours.
Yeah,
No, we're gonna have this big old match. It's gonna last hopefully an hour and a half, and then have that stupid ending where you don't even,
get it.
What New Day almost ran through everyone, and then Mason T-Bar got pissed off because they were eliminated, and then attacked them, and then the rest of the match never happened. And then the next week, we're gonna have the last 3 or 4 teams do the same thing again. Bracket style stuff tells better stories.
Yeah.
Just like King of the Ring, you've got all these guys and they have their own shtick, and you're making them mesh to let their wrestling tell the story. You can do the same damn thing with tag teams.
Yeah, you can. I'm never going to deny any of that. It's not rocket science. I wish it was rocket science, because then I'd understand why they suck at it so badly.
Why have a gauntlet match? Why? And then have it again. That's what pissed me off about Raw last week. Not this past week, the week before they did that, or it was
just so bad.
Oh, let's stop the match. Mason T-Bar lost her shit. Or no, or wait. Correct me if I'm wrong. They rescheduled it for later in the night, and then nothing ever happened, right? Or something stupid happened where they never figured out a number one contendership to begin with, and then they had Bobby Lashley and MVP against Randy Orton and Riddle. And then it's okay, so that tag team turmoil match that you had a really shitty ending and tried to restart had no meaning anyways, because Lashley's greedy for titles.
Hey,
really?
Hey, I'm just saying, if someone fed me that whole Lana storyline, I'd be give me whatever title, give me them all. Making me put up with that shit. My God. But yeah, it's just dumbness. That's why they are where they are. I mean, the revolving door.
To me, it was like the whole writing staff and the producers had dementia. They didn't know how they were ending things, how they were just.
Hey, if it helps, if you have dementia, you too can be the leader of the free world. Can't write Raw to save your life, or whatever the hell, I don't know, how bad, that's why your ratings suck. Over half of SmackDown is just Roman, and they're killing it. Because it's not just an extra, but I mean, there's 2 hours of nonsense on Raw.
Yeah.
Well,
Speaking of nonsense, so where's Elias? We had a few vignettes of the death of Elias.
Elias is dead.
Yeah, and I mean, I can understand why they stopped it, and everyone's kind of wondering, because it's you don't want to walk out of the room and then 5 minutes later go, hey, I'm surprised I'm back. I know they're rebranding his character, but what do you think? I just want an opinion. What do you think they're going to do? Who do you think they could put him with? Because Because honestly, he's been taking the shit sandwich ever since main roster debut. Really, I mean, they could have done so many solid things with championship runs. Even if it was the Intercontinental or United States Championship, he could have fit in there somewhere, and
he had a good. He was one of those like problems where he was so over. He was so over. I mean, he didn't need it. He deserved it, and he could put on matches with anyone when but they decided that they had to book him in like 93 Symphony of Destruction matches and get like standing bases smashed over his back by Strowman. I mean, it's just so. I mean, he had his his album, put it out, did all that. You have to be pretty over for Vince to even let that happen. Like, the character has to be working for him to let you do. But how many people get to do that? Cena? It doesn't happen very often. It was just bad booking. Like, it wasn't even like he was having bad matches. Some of those things, some of those things, if he didn't have a bad match, well, he should have been like WWE champion like 93 times, because there was some garbage they fed him. But he can work with anyone. Just got to see what they want to, rebrand it, redo him, repackage, retool the bastard, whatever they want to call it. I want to see what they're gonna.
I have this feeling it's going to be something so stupid that they're going to put him back down to NXT.
Oh, it's going to be something stupid.
I don't even think it's going to be send him to Raw or send him to SmackDown. I think Elias, I could see helping out the young talent. I think he's at that point.
Oh yeah,
where he could really work with them, and I see him sometime once he's done wrestling, maybe being a producer or maybe coach down in Florida. That I could definitely see him doing. Not like right now, but I could see him being one of those. And I could see Vince giving him a job like something like that when he doesn't want to wrestle anymore.
Yeah, I just don't think he's anywhere near that date yet.
No,
he deserves
something.
He deserves, but he was over. That was the problem. Like, he was supposed to just out there piss everyone off. He did a hell of a job at SummerSlam in Toronto. I'm not gonna lie. Normally it's all Jesus Christ, but piss break. But for some reason, he was just on a roll that night, and the most entertaining I ever found him. And then Edge came out and speared him and gave us that all. He just hit that mother. He just hit that mother. But and everyone's gears started turning. He's coming back. Like, I'm not coming back. He's coming back. Now, I set the world on fire when he speared him. But it was just bad booking. How many? It was all basically the same stuff all the time.
Yeah, I'm surprised he never did anything with him and Edge.
After that spear, spear heard around the world. That would mean you never know when he comes back. He could be like retooling, and he can go back, be done with Edge, maybe finish off Seth, and then bang, in comes whatever the hell they want to call him at that point. Yeah, smash him, that's for Spear Me at SummerSlam. It would make sense, and I think those two could have a good story and all that.
Yeah, because Edge is out for probably 1, 2, maybe 3 months. We probably won't see him till probably, I wouldn't say the Rumble, maybe Survivor Series. I would say use Edge for Survivor Series. Put him on one of the teams. That would be.
And then you can do that, and that gives you enough time to build him another really.
Yeah. Or do something with Rollins at Survivor Series and make it done. Like,
and then
they can move on from that.
Edge can get into the long story.
I don't think they would pull that with Edge and Rollins to WrestleMania next year. That's kind of far fetched.
That's obnoxious. Like, that long.
Yeah.
Bye, Edge.
I wouldn't.
See you later, Adam. When? Next year. Yeah, that'd be.
That just makes. Yeah, I'd say they'd probably. What I would like to see, which I think that they could both pull off as an Iron Man match.
That'd be great.
You could really a 60-minute Iron Man match, and you could really stretch that, especially with, Edge being older. I trust Rollins now
Oh yeah,
than
now
what we have, had before. So I think I honestly think besides AJ Styles, I think Rollins is probably one of the safer ones that can work with the ones that are up in age there.
the only one that hurts himself is the only person AJ hurts is himself trying to oversell things.
Sell a spear, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they drag it out to there. That gives them time to put him in the Rumble and build up something for the upcoming Mania, because I think Edge getting a slow burn for a couple months, because he's storyteller, I think that'd be really, really good. Because I can give him a couple months to sink his teeth in.
I mean, even if you have the draft and Edge gets drafted to Raw, it's going to be Raw versus SmackDown anyways. You still set something up for Survivor Series, and then you can dual use Seth on Raw and SmackDown, or Edge can come over. You know what I mean? Set that up. And then if you keep here's a wild theory. You keep AJ Styles on Raw. I honestly think next year, WrestleMania, I don't know how many matches Edge, I don't know what Edge's contract stuff is, but I still think Edge and AJ would be a really good tear down the house match at a WrestleMania before both of them, decide to hang it up.
Yeah.
I could see that as Edge's final match with AJ, just the same thing with Taker and AJ.
Just as long as they don't play off the Edge being just an old cripple every time he takes a bump thing anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he got stomped. Oh, look, he's down. He's not,
well, that's the thing, though. When Seth was beating down Edge, though, it wasn't necessarily that, though. It was just it was good story. It was good
great
storytelling. Yeah.
Commentators, though. I mean, Vince is in his ear. Talk about the neck. Talk about the neck. Talk about the neck. Like, Jesus Christ, we got over it. We know he had fusions.
We know fine. We know Pat McAfee's not saying what he's being told. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The whole Brock Lesnar comment. What was that comment? If aliens were to come to planet Earth. I gotta look.
If aliens were to come to planet Earth, Brock's the guy we'd go to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just tired of hearing that, because again, after the Rumble and all that, when he won, they're all the old man. Then suddenly he's putting on all these good matches. He brought back the Brood. Seth had a great match with Seth, and then right back to he's triple fusion. It's like like you don't have to say it every other sentence. You're right. I get it.
Yeah.
But and he's been putting. I'm sorry, him and Seth stuff was gold.
Oh yeah.
No matter what anyone says, that was good. So, think about though. Draft comes. They put him over onto Raw. Then he gets done with the Seth stuff. Bang, Elias is still on Raw, attacks him from behind.
True.
And it could work just because of that spear. Because really it has been all downhill from that point. He was literally just there to get money. John Cena even came out and turned heel on him for 5 minutes at WrestleMania. Who was Elias? He was just poor soul, but yeah, there's a lot of opportunity. I just don't know. I'd like to see. Elias is dead. Well, that lasted. That was yep.
Yeah. Speaking of superstars switching up and the draft coming up, looks like Drew's obviously going to be headed to SmackDown because cat's out of the bag for the October 1st card there as far as the Universal title. Why don't they think of these things? Why do,
Because that would take 3 seconds of actually thinking.
Yeah. I understand the draft was actually supposed to be done a month and a half ago.
Forever ago.
Yeah. So
you can still stop that stuff from coming out.
You could.
Yeah.
The Drew and Jinder thing's getting old, so I'm kind of glad they're
well beyond old.
Yeah.
But Drew is the guy. Drew is the guy on Raw, and what else competition? He doesn't have Jinder's just the in between until they get rid of him.
Yeah.
And it's so bad, but like it's so bad.
Yeah.
God, no offense, Jinder. And damn it, I could watch Shanky getting just a shit whipped out of him with that chair, regardless of who calls it. Just all the words all these former wrestlers use. I enjoyed watching him get mauled. I think he's a tall, goofy-looking guy. That Veer guy, he looks like he'll bite your face off. Like he actually looks like the other guy. It's just like you're like a tree.
Yeah.
That's about it. You're a tree. Be a tree.
Pretty much.
Like damn, I mean, at least the Moss has like some swag to him. Yeah. He's just a weirdo. But it'll be good when he goes over there, because it gives him all the new stuff, all the people he hasn't been able to work with for a while. I think him and Seth could do great. Him and Roman, obviously. Bring Cesaro out of the woodworks and let him have some. I mean, like,
yeah, seriously.
Or have Drew go and take out the Intercontinental champ and just do open challenges every week like he was doing with the big title. Let's go over there and work with the young guys that are there, the people that are getting underutilized, because we know Drew can have a match with anybody. Yeah, I mean, they just
or even Cesaro.
No, I say like it gives them. Yeah, there's good possibilities.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Cesaro and Nakamura program. Nothing like long, far out there, but just a good old just let the wrestling talking kind of thing. But then you had the thing with Apollo and Commander Aziz from this past week too. So I don't know if that's setting some.
I don't know if vanished. I was hoping his accent was going with him. Just wanted to throw that out there, but no. But there's a lot of good stuff they sent him over there. So I mean, we've all heard the rumors going on for forever now that he was going there for him to be the guy over there. So yeah, we'll see what they do with it. I just hope they don't screw it. But he's going to SmackDown, so there's hope that they won't completely. I mean, like, please, whatever you do during the draft, don't change writing teams. Like SmackDown, right? You've been drafted raw. Like, son of a bitch, I quit. Like, no, please don't do that. But a lot of
don't piss Fox off.
They gave you billions. They gave you they gave you enough money to buy like many major corporate. Like they gave you lots of money.
Yeah. But I do like what they're doing with Nikki and Rhea. Kind of reminds me of Kane and Hurricane kind of thing. Like it just works. Like they work with each other. They do.
God bless the Hurricane too.
I mean, you've had a lot of odd tag teams put together, but like just works.
Team Hell No. Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, they gave Nikki her moment. We all knew it was going to be short.
Yeah,
thankfully, they didn't go and ruin it the next week because
Yeah, and even after that, though, now with the tag team division, she still looks strong. Yeah. She's still going. It's not being like withered away.
Yeah, you have like the two most recent former women's champions.
Yeah.
Working together, so it'll bring legitimacy to it. And it's two completely like they were like Nikki's jumping all over God's creation and just Nikki, and like Rhea's style, it's again Team Hell No-ish esque.
Yep.
Hurricane like Kane like that kind of like there's the one that's just a big just running people over, and then there's the one running around asking what's up with that. Like it works. It will help bring I think actual meaning to the women's tag division. I mean, there's absolutely none.
Yeah.
But it could help just to bring. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You also, what would you call
legitimacy?
That?
Legitimacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meaning.
Yeah, like it's like, hey, what? It's not just for
actually telling a story.
Yeah, because they can do that. No offense to Tamina and Natty. I mean, like they did the stupid stuff with
Manny Rose and Dana Brooke.
Yeah, and I looked up on the wall with what did you look up for the name? Eeny, meeny, miny. There you are. They did that, and it was literally nothing because it actually led to nothing. Memory serves me right.
Dana getting knocked up.
So she got, but regardless, that wasn't. I mean, them arguing back and forth about taking it was just had nothing to do with wrestling, which is why AEW's numbers are where they are. Because but
it looks like
legitimacy is. But who would they? Yeah. Before we close on that, who would we have them work with though? if they won the title.
After-
who's that? Yeah, if Nikki had like Rhea again, like who the hell is there for them to work with?
Then, you could always have them, hop over to SmackDown and maybe work with, whoever's over there at this point
You
that's
know-
still healthy.
Zelina and Mela. I mean,
That's really all you got right now.
yeah,
Really.
like,
No
did-
offense to that. No offense to that match on SmackDown, but that was just absolute.
that was a
just-
waste of time.
Yeah, you got
but-
Storm. You got Storm and Morgan, so you've got some.
Yeah, so there's- There's something. It's just,
yeah.
and they got don't forget we got Shotzi and Tegan.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So-
there's and those guys can all, like, they're all younger. They can all wrestle. I mean, like, they've never
Yeah.
had a shot. I think
Yeah, because you have Nia and Baszler. We know where that's going. That's
Finally.
going to be. Yeah,
Thank you, God.
I think they've been just kind of like dragging their feet, seeing how the women's tag team division, but now it's starting to really.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going to cost you your match. I'm going to cost you your match. So I'm thinking,
finally.
yeah,
But yeah, I was just thinking, who could they work with? But I
Yeah.
think they'd be better champions than Natty and Tamina. No offense to Natty and Tamina,
yeah. The women's tag team division, there needs to be more. I mean, I know, but
especially when they have
Tamina's-
3 hours. Like, think of the shit they
Yeah.
could do if they used
and
it.
especially when you've got Tamina that knock on wood, hasn't gotten hurt lately.
Beautiful time to clear your throat too. Like, she hasn't gotten hurt lately. Oh shit! Thank you, Jackson. I mean, you tell me you said, but I mean, I thought it in my head. Hasn't gotten hurt. Somehow Natty was the one to get hurt, which is just the damnedest thing.
As I can hear him humming in the background.
Yeah, but like, hopefully they give it to them. Just 'cause,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
because they could do more than Tamina's limited. Like, she's wrestling, she's doing good matches. She's just limited because she's blown her knees out more than I have, and that's saying something. So
I think that pretty much covers Raw.
did we
Mr.
talk about?
Mr.
Oh,
Boogs.
We didn't talk
Rick
about. I mean, we didn't talk.
Boogs.
I mean, we talked a little bit about Priest, but
Well,
him or
yeah,
Sheamus. Who's
him and
Sheamus?
Jeff.
Let's say him and Sheamus. Who are you putting it on though? Think they're going to let
I
Priest
think-
keep running with him?
I think
they
so.
should. I think they should.
Yeah.
No offense to Sheamus, but he can go and bully anybody and tell stories and be Sheamus.
Yeah.
So I hope they keep it on. Just, it's nice to see the young, fresh faces.
Yeah.
I just hope they keep them with it. But yes, Rick Boogs, the man, the myth,
Yes.
the legend.
And it's just, even though it's like 3 to 5 minute matches, they're playing him right.
Yeah.
To build him, and who better than to help that with is Dolph Ziggler, just because Ziggler's just that kind of guy, and Robert Roode.
Yeah.
And Robert Roode,
I think Rude's been done a little dirty since the main roster, but I mean, the guy could still wrestle.
Oh yeah.
I still think he's one of the better ones on. I mean, he's not like top million of, but he's still one of the best talents on the planet. And again, I still can't believe he hasn't gotten more. Just, he looks like WWE. Like, anything WWE, like, if I can see that, that's a champion in that company. But Ziggler's the perfect guy for it. And it lets.
And Ziggler looks good either way. And
Yeah.
Ziggler's at that point, like, I can win, I can lose, it doesn't matter.
I don't think he's ever really seemed to care about that, really. Like, he's always been really. I mean, there's been some times where he was pissed, and rightfully so. Because there were times even I was going, man, they just done him more than what. I don't even have a word for what they just did to him. It's amazing when you do that. The Y just ate your arm.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That was the coolest. But I'm easily entertained. Judge me. I would say it protects Boogs, because it's not like, I mean, he's still out there protecting him would be like putting him out there like, Goldberg, just go in there, spear the guy, call it quits, and walk out the damn door.
Yeah.
So he's still putting on, good matches while he's still building.
And then you have like 5 minutes of Pat McAfee acting a fool with him, and it makes it all the better.
Yeah, dancing on. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
So it works, and again, like, it's doing good for him because it still helps slowly build him, gives him some legitimacy, and
and it's not. And he's one of those guys I don't think needs too much of Mike's skills to build, because he's just crazy and he's got Pat McAfee to lean on, and but the wrestling, it's kind of like instead of giving you a quarter of the whole cake, we're giving you the eighths of the cake, like layering it. And I think if they keep doing that, I hope they don't just jump into it. I really hope they keep doing what they're doing at this point.
Just so everyone can say,
like savor the flavor, kind of,
in case no one can say they didn't see it.
Yeah.
I just knocked all over the wood. Please God. But yeah, like I think, and him and Shinsuke are a good thing. I mean, one day I see that maybe tag title run or something with them once they get Boogs high enough, because
Yeah. I think Boogs and Shinsuke would be a good tag team.
I mean, and right now they're over like anything.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like make them like tag champs, because no offense to them, the Profits and the Usos. I mean, you can let one of them, like, sorry, they are the tag division.
Well, as and the tag title's got to come off Usos to somebody, and I don't think they would be the ones, but I could see the Profits taking them off. That's more, to me, that's more believable. But again, until this whole bloodline story
runs dry,
which I don't know. God,
they're on top of the planet right now. And again, I will argue anyone, whether they're trying to tell me they don't like him and they think it's all Heyman. I'm like, you do realize Heyman's like the quivering, like that. Heyman's not the normal Heyman role. Heyman's doing something completely different. Yeah, nobody's bitch running around. I still wish that he wore that shirt more. Thanks, WWE, for letting that one, for dropping the ball. But I mean, Roman's just, they're letting him go full.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, though. Like how they played off the nobody's bitch thing. Like it really never went away. It just became the, family needs to stick together. So the transition from that, they played it as long as they needed to play it for. I think because
just
they didn't want the
I just want
the
them to sell the
repetition
shirt.
of. Yeah,
I just want the damn shirt. That's all I wanted. Give a damn it.
Well, they don't have it on. They don't have it on shop now.
I don't know. I never.
Hmm.
But
still,
it could have been. But
could be on sale. Never know.
Now I just got to figure out. Are they going to pull the trigger with Naomi?
Yeah, I keep hearing rumblings on that.
I'm saying because then the bloodline.
Minor rumblings.
I mean, she might have been married in there, but I mean that would complete.
Yeah.
All of it.
But Naomi doesn't really necessarily need a title either.
Yeah, but to be in there, I mean, like congratulations, tag champions, Universal.
Yeah, but you could always have
down to her for being nothing.
Yeah, but you could always have her as a manager to the Usos.
Yeah,
because Paul really doesn't interact with the Usos as what he does with Roman.
Oh yeah.
And that could always be one of those things where you put Naomi with the Usos as a manager, and if you needed to stop the bloodline story in a sense, you can have Usos go off with Naomi and do their thing, and then whatever they decide to do with Roman. You know what I mean? Like that would kind of make it work. Then you could really then start opening up opportunities for the SmackDown tag titles to be put on somebody else, and
Yeah, so I agree.
if you were to play it, if somebody were to play it smart,
they've been playing. It's one thing they've been doing over there. So nothing's bad. I mean, minus minus the women's tag division over there. But they've built. But I mean, they've even made since the Usos. Since Jimmy decided, they decided not to suspend him for getting another DUI. And they put the titles on to finish the bloodline. Like I think that helped. Like we said it like. Before WrestleMania, we said it after what they did on the SmackDown the night before WrestleMania, like the tag team division was a joke.
Yeah.
Like having the Usos back and what they're doing pretty much proved everything we said was 100% true. And then having the Profits and them doing stuff, I mean, without having them there, no offense to everyone else they tried to just throw together.
Yeah.
The division was toast. So burnt toast. So yeah, actually, I'd like to see what they do with that whole Naomi thing. But the bloodline thing, I don't know. I just got this feeling. If we're going to talk about Roman, because we're already on the bloodline, you like to do that as we're already here. I just have one of those feelings that they're going to kill the demon. Just
That's what I was about to go into. And
Like, I swear I saw Finn years ago though say that that the demon was dead and we wouldn't see it in
yeah,
WWE
I
again. So maybe
mean,
this is just his way to. Or
yeah,
do they give, or do they give, like he's out there doing his thing with Roman, and Brock shows up and just beats the living shit out of him to get the title off of him, so him and Lesnar can go and fight in that crown jewel without having to worry about the title being on the line. They can give Finn a match with
yeah, but
someone to do that and beat
that's
but that would,
that's the
I'm saying,
it
like,
would make business aspect, which the way you could probably save it, um, maybe, and this is kind of reaching a little bit, um, have, I hate to say it, have the Extreme Rules, the match at Extreme Rules end in a no contest. And since they haven't been over in Saudi because of COVID, they're going to have to make up for it. And I honestly think they're going to put the belt on Lesnar just for the fact, or maybe they don't. I don't know. Like, I don't know how Saudi feels about Roman as a heel champion. We don't know that. But then, of course, they want the nostalgia. So then you have Brock Lesnar. So it's like, what do you do? Like,
they just go for the biggest pop while they're over there, really.
Yeah.
That's
the thing. How do you cater to someone that you have a contract with that we haven't been over there in what, a year and a half?
I don't think we should be doing that.
I don't think so either. I wholeheartedly agree. Wholeheartedly.
That's another story for another day.
I honestly don't know where they fly into.
I can't
remember.
Right now, that is a recipe for something really, really, really bad to happen.
Yeah.
Like, really bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially with the way they left last time.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, like, even though stuff has been delayed because of COVID, Vince is still on. The contracts are still signed. They just get extended at this point.
But yeah, we'll get into
what do you do? If do you let Lesnar win? Do you let Reigns win? Do you let the title change hands over there just to make it up for missed time? Like, you think they would do Reigns like that over in Saudi?
I mean,
I don't know. That's hard. Like, that really is. I mean, if you're going to have any kind of swerve, we know Heyman's going to get involved.
Oh yeah. Well, there's no handcuffs.
I could understand. Like, I can understand if you're going to take the title off of Reigns, but still keep him safe. Then you have Paul Heyman turn on him. But then you got like, oh, well, we kind of saw that coming kind of crap, because you got that one guy that's going to say, oh, yeah, well, we saw that coming because, Paul's, Brock Lesnar's advocate. Or does Paul turn on Brock? Or, like, you can save them both either way. It doesn't matter which way it goes, but it just depends on how they feel. Okay, how are the Saudi Arabian fans going to react? Which one do we go with? And I think that's going to be a really big decision. Like, what do you do?
Biggest one they've had to make in a while. Again, which is why, like, do they have them drop it to Finn just to make it easier? Do they make it a no contest? So they, like, how do they?
Yeah, you could go either. You could go either way, and
there's a lot of good options,
and keep everyone safe.
Yeah,
you keep everyone safe. You keep everyone strong.
Yeah, lots of good options. I just see which one they pull the trigger on. Sure, it's going to be a dumb one.
Honestly, I really think the safest route is what you had said. Put the title in Finn. That gives more opportunity for other talent. Let them roll with that for a while, and then maybe down the line, have Roman take it back.
Have Roman come back. Those two can do it safely. He can go away after that.
Find somebody that you can put the Universal title on and make it believable, because you can't, like, we'll keep Finn Balor as champion till WrestleMania, which would be freaking awesome, because he could put on awesome matches. And then we have, Reigns come back and spear, punch, done. Like, they need to find someone to make it a good, believable match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think if they put it on Finn.
Yeah.
I mean, he can hold it the whole time, and they could put on, knock it down brawl. Yeah. Just let him lose the title there, deal with Brock, and then vanish for a couple months, and then suddenly, boom, number one, last entry, number 30 in the Rumble. Oh, he just shows
Yeah.
up, just comes back for his throne. I mean, they could
Yeah.
play it off, or have like do the elimination chamber for the #1 contender match for the one over the universe title over on SmackDown. Suddenly, boom, Roman surprise enters, takes your
Yeah.
shit back. I mean, like, there's so many things they could do it down the line, but
Oh yeah, and you could always play off the elimination chamber. Oh, so and so can't
hurt.
make it to the chamber, and they continue to the match, and then Reigns comes out once it's down to
One
the
guy.
final two, or
And he shows up and just
yeah.
So he's just dead, and there's Roman just pissed off, mean mugging him all the way to the ring. Like, they could do that.
Yeah.
Like again, like Brock
Yeah.
at Money in the Bank. Did he come? Where the hell did this guy come from? Like, yeah, like that would be a really actually safe way to do it. Then he could get a lot of time off because he's literally held SmackDown and the whole company
Yeah.
on his back because everything else sucks.
That's the thing. Like, if you were to put the title on Balor could carry it over. They could really make some good matches to
With the
give
talent that
Reigns
they
that
have,
time.
the talent
yeah.
they have, oh yeah, like he could put on matches with anybody. I mean,
Yeah.
So see what they do. I mean,
All
Balor.
right, so quickly, yeah. So quickly wrap up SmackDown. Zayn and Mysterio, okay match. They really need to break this whole Ray and Dominic thing. I think they really need to start working on the turn.
Well, I mean, telling them to stay in the back. I got like for the last couple of weeks. I mean, they've been slowly getting to it. So I just don't know how long they're going to drag it out for to have.
Yeah, we know it's coming, but I think if you keep doing it over the next 2 to 3 weeks, everyone's like, pull the damn trigger.
Yeah.
Don't let it get to that point. Don't let it get stale. like, okay, maybe one more week and then figure something out. Hell, you could even incorporate Rollins back into that just for the simple fact of, maybe Dominic snapping. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of ways they could do it.
Yeah.
But if they don't have them on TV every week for us to see it, they could drag it out, as long as they need to.
True.
That's just if they don't. Like,
yeah.
They kind of need people over there. But again, they'll do it sooner or later. They've been playing at it for a couple of weeks. Sammy, we all knew was gonna. I mean, it's Sammy.
Yeah.
He might look like a goddamn homeless person. Which I saw a guy with a sign yesterday saying he was homeless in Target's parking lot, asking for sandwiches, water, money, for to feed his 3 children, playing an electric violin plugged into some battery pack with his just playing away with a Venmo account and PayPal for you to send him money. So you got a working smartphone, you got this great generator somewhere to look. Venmo, well, that's a first. Homeless, 3 kids, Venmo me. And my dude, but that's another story. Dude was rocking that electric violin though, but just Sammy could put on a match to anyone.
Yeah. Read an article that Edge has spoken very highly of Sammy and maybe wants to do something down the line.
It should be good.
I read it was a brief one. It wasn't like anything detailed, but just praising.
Well, most of them are.
Yeah.
But that'd be a good story right there.
Yep. And then we got to see the Big Red Mayor.
Hey, doesn't count. He is
not Machine, Big Red Mayor.
He is Glenn Jacobs. There's no fire.
Yeah. Good storyline. Good storyline. They're keeping it short and to the point. They're not going too crazy with it. I like how Becky's coming into her own. I really thought it was going to be a flop, but so far she's taken some pointers from Seth.
Here's how you piss everyone off.
And Conor McGregor, it's like a mashup, just with the clothing, the crazy looking clothing, the way she's carrying herself. Honestly, I don't think Big Man Bex is what we are now. By the way, they did trademark that. Read another, side article on that. Or was it Big Bex? I don't know. Whatever one they trademarked, but they're doing really good with it. I think Becky's going to retain just to keep it going. Maybe one more into Survivor Series. Like, I think they can make it work into Survivor unless they have some kind of women's thing, Survivor Series match, and then maybe she gets it back at the Rumble. I don't see it going to WrestleMania though. That would be too.
I mean, come on, it's Vince McMahon though. She has to hold on to it till Survivor Series so he can have Charlotte and Becky.
Yeah. Or and that's the thing.
That's the match that gives Vince the hard on.
I know, but I don't think they even do it. They may not even do it that way. What I think they'll do is they'll take Becky as the captain and Charlotte as the captain, and we all know no one gets along with Charlotte on Raw, which would be for good storytelling, and no one gets along with Becky on SmackDown. So that could be a real good program. I hope they utilize Survivor Series as in, okay, we see cross brands, with superstars just causing chaos like it should be.
Like it used to.
Yeah. When they did the whole NXT thing going on both brands, just beating the living crap out of the Raw and SmackDown roster because they didn't care.
Yeah.
If you're going to do something, do it like you had it,
Do it like that.
Really, and that can really mix it up. That could really get Raw better, not more viewership,
which they desperately need.
Yeah, utilize cross branding, especially around from here to Survivor Series. Really, you've got a lot you can start to build up. You can start talking about Survivor Series now. We're halfway through September.
Yeah, it's coming.
Why
coming
not?
Fast.
Yeah,
real fast. I can do a lot with it.
And besides the trademarking Big Bex, I like this, and it's hashtag it, whatever you want to do with it. Manhandle slam. Whoever came up with that, you know what? You can pat yourself on the back.
Well, it wasn't me, so damn it.
Yep.
The other name that move goes by, that's the color of paint. That's the paint color that I've got to paint my bedroom. The hell is wrong with me? I'm done. Thank you. I'm dying. That's all over. Woo! But yeah, that was a good one. Again, I think she's doing a good job. I don't know how long they're gonna drag it out. They could for forever if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Especially with Roman. Everyone's talking about how he's gonna be bye-bye for a little bit soon. I mean, and she can carry the whole thing for a while. Just as long as she doesn't come out.
I honestly think though, deep down, not to go back to Roman, I think they're gonna want to break the 434.
Well, I mean,
just because.
Yeah, duh. I mean, they already done AJ dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they did twin magic. Oh, shucks. Guess we have to drag it out. So it's what, a day past? Her record, Charlotte got it. Or no, it's Nikki. Nikki got the hold on before Charlotte got it. Oh, shucks. What do you know? Disqualification. Yeah, they're really good at,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just dragging it out for an extra couple days just because, right? That's just to kick them while they're down. And just one more middle finger on their way out the door.
Yeah.
So I see that. Yeah. They had a chance to sign him. That's all I'm going to say. They had a chance.
Yeah.
All they had to do is give a shit. Just a little bit. Maybe act like adults, and he would be there right now.
Yeah.
All they had to do is care about something besides money, sadly. Well, we got that whole Vince McMahon thing, but I think they'll, I'll be surprised if they don't do it. I'll be surprised. If they when they finally break it, that means we're not seeing Roman for forever if they break that.
Yeah.
Because that's nonstop every day. You that's bye-bye. We'll take a nice long vacation, but I'd be okay if they did, because again, it works.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke.
Yeah. All right, so that brings us into everything pretty much going right in another promotion. What's there really to complain about?
I still Hate 2.0, aka Fire Everrise. I'm glad they finally listened, but like they had a botch there. It's reverse Irish whipping each other, some stuff. But
Yeah.
there's
Everything, the last couple of weeks with AEW, I think has been built okay. Still a little hesitant on Brian Pillman Jr. That's the big thing that sticks out the most.
His talking hurt my head.
Yeah, and then the whole chair shot to Wardlow, that like he was kind of like anticipating it, like it didn't flow. I don't know what AEW does, before shows. I don't know if they have any kind of like performance training. I don't know. I would hope they, do practice things, which most promotions do, but he needs a little help. I think everyone has high expectations because of his father. But that was the only kind of thing that kind of just threw me off.
Yeah, like that was really bad. Like him talking very like he's not just letting it flow.
That's like taking a sledgehammer, going full force and stopping and going
dunk. Like he's
like
it just seems like to me he's trying like way too hard.
Yeah. He can wrestle, and I've seen some of his indie stuff. I just don't think he's ready for the theatrics yet. I think, and you've got MJF that can carry that with no problem. Everybody hates MJF, but he's doing his job. So,
going out of his way.
I'm just trying to think. Okay, who could you put with Brian Pillman? We had talked about that briefly yesterday when offline. Like who could you bring in as maybe even just a manager? I think Brian Pillman could be someone that could have a manager.
He has to get a haircut too.
I did like he did wear the tiger shirt.
Yeah.
That one, had some throwback there, which was
nice.
Yeah. I just hope he doesn't go full-fledged. I'm going to be like my dad, like the little things here and there that kind of go, okay, I remember that, but let's not.
Please just don't.
Yeah. And I think AEW is smarter than that.
Yeah.
Just the plot stuff here and there, like the shirt, maybe down the line, whatever, Pillman Sr. wore like whatever boots or, just throwing it, like sprinkling it,
a little sprinkle of here and there is good. I just, again, like I've seen some of his stuff from the independents, as they like to call it.
Yeah.
Even though they're all independent contractors, so they're all technically independents, but go get them fed. But I think they'll do him good. I mean, his matches he can. I just don't know if he's ready for that big a light.
Has Junior been over to New Japan? I don't know.
I don't remember.
If he hasn't, I think that would be a good experience for him too.
Oh, yeah,
I think that would build. I think he would be one that could benefit him,
especially with how, the companies are working together. Like that could be beautiful for him. But again, you could tell he could do it. It's just, he's not ready for. Again, MJF is perfect for the situation, just to give him something because he can do all of the talking.
Yeah, and MJF is very versatile and working. Not as just like main event like with Chris Jericho and stuff, but just all levels, mid card, bringing the guys that are just coming up. Like he's an all around. He's adaptable. Okay, we'll go with that. MJF is adaptable to any level of experience, wrestler.
So I think, I don't know who they bring. I'm sure they could bring someone in, or they already have someone that can work with.
Yeah,
little Brian, but he just needs some more polishing. He's not fully ready for the big bright lights yet, but
and I didn't expect. My expectations weren't. I didn't have any high expectations yet. Just
it's a good way to sunk in there, though.
Yeah, because everyone's like, "Oh, it's Brian Pillman's son. Like, let's have high expectations," and then they're let down, and then the trash talking starts, and that's just not healthy. Like, everyone, and I know everyone's like AEW, they're the best right now. They're, and everyone has Some fans out there have high expectations for everything. Then you've got like realists like you and me and Daniel Stevens, and we're like, okay, we're
And
a
there's
little bit, I would say, a little bit more coherent when it comes to the product.
and there's a lot of those idiots out there like Drew. Like, well, it's not bad. Like, this is great. Glass half. Well, this is like, no, this is like, I'm sorry, glass half full. I give them the
Yeah.
benefit of the doubt. What they are out of benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I just call it like I see it. And he's
Yeah.
talented. He's good. We'll see what they do with it. I just, for the love of
Yeah.
God, send him somewhere to learn how to talk. Like, that whole thing was hard to watch. Like, it wasn't even him. It was just
Yeah.
all of it. It's just, I didn't like it. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I've been wrong before, but they could figure out something. Like,
But yeah, they're definitely, AEW's definitely built some stuff. I'm happy that Rhodes is back and Black.
Oh, yeah.
Rhodes and Black. That's going to work out real well. I'm really a big fan of the Lucha Bros. Like ever since they've been in there, and even some of their indie stuff. Like they're now I feel the tag team division of AEW is able to do what they did back in the Attitude Era without being too crazy fancy with storytelling. Is the tag team division in AEW tells the story with the wrestling. Like it doesn't need to be, what's the term? I wouldn't say blown out of proportion,
Or
but
overly
like,
dramatizations.
overzealous. There we go.
Just stupid.
Yeah. So I do. That's one thing I have liked about AEW is their tag team division. But
I will say that Scott Dawson, I believe it was the one with the stupid Fu Manchu at his time in the revival. It looks like he got fatter.
Yeah, he got a little chunky.
I just never liked him. I liked the other one.
Yeah.
I always hated him. Just looked at his Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I want to punch you in the face. But they're like everything I've seen ever with their tag division.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Blade
good.
and Butcher, they're good.
Like,
I mean, everybody.
I don't know why they got
everybody.
I don't know why they had to bring in like Everrise. I don't know. I know I've been hating on them since the first time I saw them. I know.
Yeah.
2.0, whatever the hell you want to call them.
Yeah.
Like, it's never been a fan, but like their division just, I mean, it's good. Like if they could tell the story in the ring, like that's all you really need to do. Like that's what they did for decades. There was very long time in the Attitude Era where most people did their talking in the ring. Like there wasn't a lot of people, especially the tag division, like just wrestle.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a thing here and there where people talk, sure, barroom brawl every once in a while, but let the wrestling do it. That's all you need to do. And I think they're doing good at that. From what I've seen, maybe a few times I've gotten to watch it, but now I'm actually spending most days just staring incoherently at a screen for hours on end, going, "Oh, but don't forget any of this." But yeah, it was really good.
I do notice with AEW when I'm watching it, I tend to write less notes because things just stay ingrained in your mind.
Yeah,
with
it's not
that.
so much just stupid.
Yeah,
like it's
but
actually,
then
like you want to watch it.
Yeah, and then you've got the forever evolving women's division. We get to see Ruby Soho. That's good. I really hope it's going to be a good matchup with Britt. It really is.
You didn't leave. You got fired. Touche. You're right. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, but I don't think Britt needs to drop it though right away.
No, and I don't.
She doesn't need to win right in the door.
Yeah, I don't think Ruby needs. I mean, she's at what's that?
Yeah, she put it though. I never had the opportunity to actually show you what I was actually physically capable of doing because, well, doesn't matter how much, no matter what the hell you could do.
It could really go either way, but I agree. I don't think Baker needs to drop it because we're going to see things that Soho can definitely do that no one's ever seen. So I think she's going to be over either way.
Yeah.
And I think Britt Baker is a good match. Like they could really feed off of each other because they both know what they're capable of doing. And I think both of them are going to put a lot of time in, well, not much time. Obviously, it's the 22nd for Grand Slam, but I think they've already put. I wouldn't doubt it that they put enough time into to really, make it memorable,
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
We get to see,
because you kind of notice between, and again, I know it comes down to the stupid and the writing staff and the producers and stuff like that, but like
the
you
stupid.
can just tell, what sets AEW from WWE. They do take the time, not I wouldn't say all the time, like, okay, we're gonna plan everything out, but they're able to take the time, put their thoughts in, figure out what maybe the fans will like based off of, crowd reactions from before, but then also work on the fly like Eddie always did.
Which
so
is
like having
most people don't know how to do anymore.
Yeah. Like
literally,
solid
that's a lost
AEW has some good solid planning. Not like, we're going to stick to our guns kind of plan, but here's what we're trying to achieve, but then yet we're going to see throughout the match how the crowd reacts,
Yeah.
like a fail safe kind of scenario.
Yeah, and it's a lost art, that listening to the crowd and going out there with a plan, but adjusting as necessary. That's why a lot of people have said that. I mean, since Eddie died, like it's something you just don't see a lot of. I'm just excited to see Ruby actually getting the ability to actually do everything she can do. Because again, he's cookie cutter. He's only got 6 moves in the WWE. That's what you got, your 6 moves, and you have your 6 moves. Like that's it for Vince. That's all. What you have, here's your shtick. See you later. Bye. Deal with it. So I'm, and just like her and Daniel. Now that Brian, God, Dragon. But like I can't. The best Daniel, Brian Danielson, whatever the hell. See, I'm gonna be screwed forever on that. The best goat face we have ever seen. Like I'm excited to see how much like we can finally let him be unleashed, because you see them doing all kinds, like he has the capabilities and the freedom to actually do stuff now. So
and that's the thing. Like it's just I think there was a lack of faith in Vince and WWE. Because again, Danielson said, Vince was very protective, and I think what he meant by that, and I'm not saying
he didn't let him do all of this stuff because he didn't want to
I think Vince didn't want to lose a golden goose. He already did, but
well, he just didn't. And he didn't want to, see him get. He doesn't want anyone to do that. Like if you notice, once you hit a level, no matter how big you are, though, you still only have your few same. Like I think that holds a lot of them down, which is why you have so many disgruntled employees right now, currently on TNT, talking shit unrelentlessly, to include even Brian Danielson, goat face. I am not a goat face. All that stuff.
But Danielson's been very respected in talking of this shit. Like
he's been a little better.
Punk was a straight shooter from the hip. Why was I going to stay somewhere? Or what?
Can't get better if you stay in the. You can't get better if you stay in the place
keeps you sick.
Yeah.
Like, and I understand. I understand where Danielson's coming from. I understand where Punk's coming from. Different times.
And I don't believe that he just conveniently got his termination papers on his wedding day. Sorry, you FedEx overnighted them. He just left. She was still there. Like you knew why. Like, sorry, Vince, it was a coincidence. I didn't know. You can go yourself on that one. Sorry. I'd be pissed too. But they've all been shackled, just like Ruby again with Britt. Like you got fired. Thanks for that. Like they literally are shackled. And literally look at her. Look at what Ruby and all the Riot Squad did in NXT, and then look at the move set and like the same. And I did like Ruby taking a shot that you're sleeping with someone in the back. That's it's like everyone else she faced. That's historically shit talked in the WWE forever, but or the WWE if you're Kurt Angle, because can't pronounce it. Double. Like the little guy in the subway in Ramadi. Double. Love that guy. But I'm just excited to see what all them. See what now it's their first matches there. Ruby did her thing. I didn't get to see it, but just to see them unshackled, like all of them. Like here you go. do whatever you want to an extent and still be safe doing it. Which again, why do you think people are watching AEW more now? Like it's not over like Rover, but I mean it's
No.
And again, look at the timing. I mean, right now, look at all.
And that's the thing. Like it's not over, but they're able to sprinkle the nostalgia.
Yeah, like and
not nostalgia in the fact that okay, we're getting all these people that haven't wrestled in a while in AEW. It's the prime example. I can't get over Darby and Punk's match. Like you literally sprinkled nostalgia. Like for those of you who have not watched it yet or haven't watched it at least 2 or 3 times, because I've watched that match a couple times, just working in the whole Brett and Kid thing.
Like it was, but it was again just seeing them have their freedom and everyone actually like legitimately being happy, like because you're allowed to do, you can have like control over your life and I just think that's better for the business altogether, just letting them. And again, we're talking about their ratings though. I mean, look at what they're going to get. I mean, right now, I'm pretty sure it's hockey season.
Football.
No, hockey season's about to start. I'm saying Wednesday nights. And look at all the shows that are right now on the run on Wednesday nights on all the major networks. I mean, basketball, I mean, they're not in season, but they're talking that airs on like baseball right now towards, coming down the home stretch. I mean, that doesn't help their ratings because there's still a million other things for everyone to watch on Wednesday and Friday nights, especially now that college football started. People will watch garbage Friday night college football games over like at that time, like they're watching that. Like, so right now there's a lot of things. I think there's more people that record it and watch it or watch it later.
Yeah. And they did play smart by doing Rampage from 10 to 11 a little bit later because
let most of the majority of stuff go away.
That's when like the football game's halfway over and you kind of go, okay.
You know what you want to. Yeah. Like again, Wednesday nights though. I mean, look at all. I mean, there's just NBA. At one point, there was NBA. There was baseball. I mean, there was everything going on Wednesday nights. So it didn't really like. I think they're way more over than everything on WWE except for Big E now. But besides SmackDown, I mean, NXT is dead and buried. But again, I just enjoy seeing everyone have fun.
Yeah.
Like there's a good change of pace to see people like with legitimate smiles on their face.
Let your talent do what they do because the talent knows themselves the best. They know their limits. They know how to be safe. They've been doing it for a while. Just let them, let them do their thing.
Like there's a reason they're all there.
Yeah.
So it's like Mox. Look what happened when he went over there. Suddenly, like, holy shit, I forgot he could do that.
Yeah. And I mean, knock on wood, there hasn't been many injuries in AEW. Because, knock on wood, but it's because Tony Khan trusts his talent. Okay, your limit's good.
And he's not closing everyone into this one box where you have to like.
Well, no.
I mean, I think that just
when you restrict your superstars, they start second guessing themselves. Then they get hurt.
So they start second guessing themselves. They get complacent because oh shit, I do this 95,000 times a week. Well, I got this. That's just when bad things happen.
Yeah.
And to me, them restricting them like that causes again complacency, and hey, don't do that. I'm finally over that phase. Don't get me going back in there. So I think that'll be a good thing, which is why I'm again looking forward to this week. AEW coming up. I mean, I'm not going to watch it live by any means, but this week I do actually have my reasons as to why I can't watch it live. But none of you know what that means. And I never watch anything live.
I was gonna say, when's the last time I watched something live?
Yeah, like sorry, other things going on. But I do watch it all, so I'm looking forward to because it's just those cards are stacked. I don't know if you have the cards in front of you, but those cards are. I mean, because we're Punk against that one, the Sasquatch looking dude, Powerhouse, whatever the hell it is. I don't know. meathead moron.
Uh,
That guy. It's like looking at him compared to him, but again, it'll be a good story no matter what. I mean, Punk wouldn't do
oh
it
yeah,
if there wasn't going to be a good story and all that in there.
definitely,
Again, Brian Omega.
hands down. Yeah,
That will be Dave Meltzer will give it 173 stars.
Yeah.
It's Dave Meltzer, but I mean, those two.
Roads in Black. That's always.
I've always liked Alistair.
the whole
Malachi.
the whole Sting and Darby versus FTR. I don't know. It's FTR. Like, I'm not really high on them, to be really quite honest.
I didn't like them in NXT. I really didn't like them on the main roster. And guess
I
what?
do
I
not
saw
like
them
them.
wrestle on AEW.
Still,
Were you about to make green eggs and ham reference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not like them here or there. I do not like them anywhere.
Yeah, I saw it coming too. Yeah, no, I've never liked them. I liked Ash Wilder. Right, he was the one that helped. That was training with Edge for his comeback, right?
Yeah, that I do have respect for.
Dawson, like I don't know. I just look at him. I just like I want to punch you in the face. I don't even care if you'd kill me. Like there's just something. I didn't like his character. I just didn't like. Yeah, the other guy, I thought he was way more. Again, he could wrestle.
Yeah.
He could talk. Edge trusted him enough to get his neck going, which says it all right there for how he works. So I always liked him. I was just never, and that brought down the whole thing. And the one with the idiotic Fu Manchu was the one that was always really hurt. I mean,
yeah,
it's again bad booking too. But when they go from NXT, you're like, no, main roster, you're like, dear God. And then you start AEW, like, just make it stop.
Yeah,
make it stop. But I'll never like them. I don't get that. But I mean, I know Sting will be safe. Well, Sting still thinks Sting can still go. Then and that whole Tully Blanchard thing, I'm sure that has something, because they keep playing that in there. Like Tully's been trying to get rid of Sting. Yeah, we know. Like we get it. They go back like 4,000 years of wrestling. We know. Sting can still go. So that one's weird. Mox and Cage against what's his name? The Japanese guy. He just had the match with them last week too.
Yeah, I can never remember.
But that'll be a great man. They put on that's gonna be great. Just talent in the ring. So Britt and Ruby, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Punk
Pillman and MJF. You got Cody and Malachi.
And Pillman and MJF, I mean, that'll be the one to let us know what Pillman's got. I mean,
yeah, I can't get over it. It's a perfect pairing because I wouldn't let Pillman go too over it, but
no. Let's see what they're gonna do.
I think it's gonna be one of those. I think it's gonna be like one of those matches with like how Punk and Darby were. Like they start off slow, they start off with the basics, then they kind of speed it up and then slow it down, bring it back in. Like that kind of that works. I think that would probably
be great.
Yeah. Because MJF is gonna pop out of the ring, cater to the crowd, piss everyone off. Like the usual,
shtick.
Yeah,
good word. But that should be it'll be a good test, so we'll know there. We really will. We'll find out.
You'll probably have a lot of basic. I would like to see some like basic chain wrestling. I think that pairing. I think they could pull it off.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
I need to move I'm not as nice as him, but I think that'll be really that one I'm looking just to see again how they do with it. Because again, this will be the big test really. And again, we all know Malachi and Cody.
Yeah.
Like that'll be a great one. I still love how he did up the whole eye after, the stupid stairs thing, like how he's still playing that off. So I think that'll be probably, I'd say show stealer, but again, like they got two stacked nights. Britt and Ruby, I just want to see Ruby get to do stuff, but I don't think it's right for her to get it right away.
Yeah,
and Britt's on a roll. So I mean, she's the only thing that was
definitely.
worth watching in their women's division. So yeah, and everyone, oh, but they're so stacked. But they're so stacked. But how many of them can actually have like a good match? Like, yeah, that was the problem. Like, you could have as many wrestlers as you want. They can't put on matches.
Yeah.
And then again, I just please let Kenny Omega lose. There's just something about his face. Don't make me watch it.
Yeah.
Look at his face for that long, and then have him win. You can't beat my brother from another mother.
Yeah. John Moxley and Eddie Kingston against
Kingston,
Minoru Suzuki.
Suzuki.
Minoru Suzuki and Lance Archer.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah. And
Kingston,
let's
whatever.
see.
Cage.
Let's
Kingston
see
until
here.
the terrible names.
It just came across here. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky versus Jake Hager and Jericho. Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay. Punk versus Powerhouse Hobbs.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
Lucha Bros and Santana and Ortiz versus Private Party and the Butcher and Blade. The lights out match we already talked about. Super Click, Adam Cole and the Young Bucks versus Jurassic Express, which is Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, and Christian Cage. There's the rest of your card, sir.
Luchasaurus. Oh, I just saw clips.
Yeah, very, very, very stacked.
Luchasaurus. Well, at least we know that we shouldn't have to worry about hearing anyone talk.
Yeah.
Because they don't have time to talk. So
yeah, a lot. Yeah, there's not going to be
the Super Click.
Yeah. I did like Adam Cole and Young Bucks stuff in the independents. It is good. It will be a good match.
The Young Bucks just hurt my head. I don't know. There's just something about
it. Especially the nose piercing chain to the ear. Oh, Jesus. It drives me nuts. Just makes you want to go, get over here.
Got him. But nailed it. Thank you. But yeah, like that's Super Click though. Thank God.
Yeah.
But it'll be a good one. I mean, I can't deny their talent, and well, it's Adam Cole. I mean, his matches, like, he never puts on bad matches. Oh, look, your chair took over when you moved. What do you know? Shucks.
Oh, darn.
You tried, but
it's not copyright infringement then, I guess. You got the one up top where you can see it. Up there, chair again.
But yeah, like I think it'll be an actual really it'll be a great night. I just see how, I mean, there's some matches I'm looking forward to more than others, but I mean that's why they're winning. Like, and well, you can't even get mad for like Friday ratings, because I mean they get done with SmackDown, they can immediately like WWE guys all immediately turn over to AEW to watch that too.
Yep.
I mean, so that gives them.
Yeah, AEW played that right.
Yeah, like
instead of having to switch between two shows at the same time, we're just gonna,
wait till that one's done, then steal
for
everybody.
all you early birds that go to bed are like, well, we're gonna make you stay up later, and we're gonna give you a better product.
Yeah, at least SmackDown's still like.
Yeah.
I mean, Roman's on camera as long as Rampage is on air every week, but
very much.
And them in the bloodline, him in the bloodline against the New Day on Raw. That'll be a good one. I think that'll be a good match.
Oh, yeah.
Get him on. I mean, the bloodline versus like the Hurt Business, it's better, but
yeah.
But you can't have two super heels, so yeah, it's gonna be a stacked card. I'm looking forward to a lot of it. Might even try to sit down and take notes. Who knows? Doesn't sound like me, but at least not anymore. Too many notebooks just flying everywhere. So just stacks and stacks and stacks. But I'm looking forward to it, as long as they don't screw anything up. But hey, I don't have to see Everrise. Sorry, 2.0. So there's a plus. And shout out to Miro against What's His Nuts. And Sammy Guevara coming back. I mean, like,
yeah. Like I've always liked Sammy though.
Good old Miro though. It's good to, again, just him. do something. I don't know. Sorry, like he started on such a roll in WWE, and then then WrestleMania.
Yeah, he was
happened.
definitely over like Rover and needed a championship. Like that was missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Big.
Then but again, he was so big when he first got up there, and then WrestleMania, well, the Cena in the tank, well, that suddenly he just
For God's
spiraled down.
sakes, he came out in a tank.
Barefoot, standing on a tank. Trust me, that sucked. Just throwing it out there. Those mothers get hot. That sucked. And then he got just wasted, and then they built up Rusev Day, and they did nothing with it. Like, I'm sorry, that's not on him. That's on y'all. Like, that was beyond over. He deserves something.
About a month or two ago, I was out at the mall, and Lid still had a Rusev Day 39 cap. I wasn't paying $40 though.
Oh, Rusev Day. Rusev Day. Yeah, like Lana was even over like Rover. Like, I mean, come on. That should tell you enough. How over was Rusev? People were okay and happy to see Lana. Like, does that sum it up? The only thing we wanted to see of her after that happened was her getting put through a table every week, which is good. But he got so squandered, and then for them to use that whole Lana Lashley thing as his way out the door, I mean,
yeah,
I'm impressed with everything he's done in AEW. Like, that's what you guys could have had as a good guy, as a babyface. What did you do? You ruined it. You ruined everything else. What did they play? Everything woke turns to shit. Everything Vince and Bruce touch dies.
Twice.
Sometimes he brings it back just to kill it one more time to make sure. And again, that's what 2.0 is now. I'm pretty sure it's just like, well, we killed ECW. Let's go and kill NXT as well. Like, nah, bro. Like, that was a solid third brand until you guys went, and I don't know what the hell they did. But again, after Stand and Deliver, it sucked. Complete nutter. Like, it was bad. But that's all for next week. See what they do with it. I think, though, it'll be a good week of wrestling at least. I mean, again, New Day, Bloodline, doing it. That'll be a good match on. And I'm sure they're going to give them a lot of time as it's Roman, like New Day. I'm sure they're going to get a nice long match.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be. So at least that'll give a good chunk of the show that doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Again, those 2 nights, stacked nights on AEW. And we still get SmackDown, which doesn't suck. Especially now they got, again, people in the tag division, like, and all that, like, that or people believe and all that, like, they're talented. It's not just throw everyone together and see what happens. Like, it'll be really, really good. I'm actually excited about a week of wrestling. Don't worry though, everyone. Not this Sunday coming up, but the following one is Extreme Rules. So this really good week of wrestling is going to be followed up by a bunch of stupid shit. So don't you worry. We'll be excited this weekend. They'll kill it all in roughly 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and it goes on around 8, I'm guessing. So 2 weeks and 8.5 hours, I'm sure in that amount of time inside the first 5 minutes, I'll be pissed. I'm sure they'll give us some reason to just be pissed. It's what they do. Like, people, like, if I had the paid for service, like, the expensive Zoom, like you could do live, I'd literally just have this pointing on me as I'm just sitting there watching it. 2 hours, just going.
Yep. No doubt.
I'm Sandman with the beer can except my own fist. So it was a good week, though.
Yeah, it was.
And again, Big E got his moment. Lashley's going to do whatever.
Yeah.
Every PCD's going to get fixed. We got to see the dream match of the forever now with Bratton, Danielson, whatever. Goddamn goat face and a Kenny Omega, like everyone always talked about it. Like, there's a lot of good stuff. Like, wrestling is. It would just be nice if WWE would get their shit together, so it would be like an actual something.
Yeah.
And again, no offense to SmackDown. It's just the rest of it that kind of sucks. Yeah, can't find a better word. That was me trying to kind of do something not so miserable. and egregious, but that was fun. Look forward to there's some hope for wrestling. Just keep Everrise off the screen and I'll be okay.
Yeah.
We're never getting rid of FTR, sadly. So let's keep Everrise away. Please keep him very far away. And I don't think we missed anything.
Nope.
Oh, Charlotte will always be champion. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess that's a good wrap it up for a while now, I guess.
Yes, sir.
It was fun. We'll be back.
As always.
Back. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. All the videos are still on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. And then you can listen on, let's see if I can not screw this up, Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Overcast, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. I got all 8 of them in there.
There you go.
And we appreciate it all. Comment on them. Let us know what you think. Share them out. Repeat the process over and over again. And it'll be better for all of us. But enjoy the rest of your weekend. Let us know what you think. And until next time, my friends, peace.